Jeffree Star is once again in the news, but this time it's for something a little bit more serious. What's up, guys? Today we're talking about Jeffree Star because the other day he got into a really bad car accident and the internet just went crazy. It's a mess, so let's get into it.
Exposed. Exposed. You're exposed. You're exposed. You are exposed. Exposed, 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 exposed. You are exposed, sir. I'm going to expose you. Expose you. Oh my God, expose you.
So, Jeffree Star. At the end of last week, Jeffree and his best friend Daniel got into a really serious car accident. Daniel is Jeffree Star's longtime friend from way back in the day, and he was visiting Jeffree at his new home in Wyoming. Jeffree was driving with his friend Daniel to their local warehouse, and unfortunately the road conditions weren't the best. Jeffree was driving, hit black ice, and his car flipped 3 times. One of Jeffree's employees broke the news on Instagram, writing, "A few hours ago, Jeffree and Daniel were in a severe car accident and the car flipped 3 times after hitting black ice. We will update you all when the doctor gives us more info. So thankful they're both alive." His employee also shared this photo of Jeffree in a neck brace and his friend Daniel holding his hand. Of course, as soon as people saw Jeffree was in an accident, everyone had their own theories as to what happened. Some people were saying that it's impossible for there to be black ice in April and he was probably driving some type of sports car, speeding, and then lost control. But he was actually driving his Rolls Royce and there were multiple reports about black ice on the highway that he was driving on that day. We all know Jeffree's from LA and I'm pretty sure he was born and raised there and they don't really get black ice in LA, so he probably had absolutely no idea what to do, panicked, and just hit the brakes. When Jeffree started feeling a little bit better, he posted a statement to his Instagram and Twitter saying, "This morning was one of the scariest moments of our entire lives. I'm so grateful to be here still. I'm in excruciating pain because part of my back is broken and I have vertebrae fractures on my spine. My doctor said it will take a few months, but I should make a full recovery. My best friend Daniel has internal injuries and because he survived colon cancer 3 times, he's having complications with his organs and they're monitoring him 24/7. We'll know more soon. Thank you to every single person checking on us." He then jumped on Instagram stories with Daniel and gave us a little bit more of an insight into what went down.
Hi guys, it's us. We're here. I am being admitted. I could leave the hospital today. I have to wear this crazy brace for a few months, and my back is really broke, and my vertebrae, 3 of them are not attached right now, and I'm in the most excruciating pain ever. And Daniel has to still stay here, sadly.
Yeah, I have some internal issues due to my colon cancer that I've had. There's some internal bleeding, there's some holes that are going on that shouldn't be going on, and leaking and blood, and
He's fucking going through it.
Yeah. So it's a bummer.
A lot of people started side-eyeing Jeffree and were even questioning if the accident even happened. People were saying oh, he didn't have enough scratches or marks on them for a car that rolled and flipped 3 times. And some people even found it funny. And to that, Jeffree responded and said, "We woke up crying happy tears today. So thankful for everyone's outpouring love. To everyone who wished upon Daniel and I, we pray you find happiness within yourself. Today he's having more tests done and might need surgery. I'm now discharged." Jeffree also shared photos of his car looking a mess and pretty much thanked how well Rolls Royce are built for saving his life. Now, when he shared these photos of the car, a lot of people started accusing him of faking the accident. Flipped 3 times? Where? They literally took a sledgehammer to this. This is not the result of a car flipping over 3 times. Holy. And other people are even saying that these photos were a sponsored ad from Rolls Royce because he mentioned the reinforced steel and hashtagged them. But one person took it a step further. Perez Hilton accused Jeffree of faking the accident to promote his new merch line. Jeffree's in the middle of launching merch, and I think it's some jars and a robe and a sweater or something. And now people are saying that Jeffree faked the whole accident just to promote his merch. I don't know, I feel like that would be even crazy for Jeffree. Well, Jeffree overheard these rumors and jumped on Snapchat to quickly shut them down. Here's what he had to say.
But real quickly, I'm sitting here having breakfast and we're getting emails from people and media. Jeffree, can you comment? People are saying that maybe you faked your car accident for your new launch. And I'm like, I don't know what would make someone even write such a dumb, horrible story. but that was one of the worst experiences of my life. So let's just take a little pause and think about, I just don't get it. Now, normally I don't address stuff like this, but Daniel, who is obviously in the accident with me, is getting harassed by people. Like, did Jeffree fake an accident to sell some bathrobes and some stars? Are you guys out of your mind? So whoever is thinking of even writing a story like that, or you already have, you're awful.
Check your morals.
Sometimes, you guys, it just gets frustrating when people are so vicious, and I think my real friends and family are having a hard time even seeing stuff like that. So don't write my mom on Facebook. Don't write my cousin.
TMZ also reached out to the police department for comment, and reporters were calling the hospitals to get updates on Jeffree and Daniel's condition, so I think it would be pretty hard to convince doctors, nurses, and police officers to somehow get on a PR stunt like this just to promote Jeffree Star's merch. Even Kat, who's a reporter from Insider who writes a lot of stories on Jeffree Star, reached out to the medical center and police department for comment, and they did get back to her, saying, WI Patrol Rep says Jeffree Star's car overturned around 8:30 a.m. Road conditions were slushy when officers arrived, and Jeffree and Daniel were transported to hospital by ambulance. They were wearing seatbelts. Jeffree did say that he's been discharged from the hospital and he's now at home resting and recovering from back injuries, and his friend Daniel flew home to Las Vegas to get treatment from a specialist. People on TikTok were even turning to Trisha Paytas to comment on the accident because people were making all sorts of crazy jokes like, oh, it was Trisha Paytas driving and she ran Jeffree off the road, and just all sorts of crazy things. Here's what they had to say.
So I'm just seeing this comment now on my last TikToks. I have been in the recording studio all day. This is horrific. I just saw it on Twitter. It's horrific. I wouldn't wish this on like my worst enemy. I believe in God, and I have so many prayers for Jeffree's recovery. Like, I never want to see anyone hurt, injured, or anything. Like, a Rolls Royce is heavy, and it being rolled over is like no joke. It actually like made me physically like shaken. I had to like pull over because I was like, wow. I'm glad that he is alive and Danielle is alive, and like, life is really short and precious, and I hope people didn't think I was being insensitive by not talking about it. I'm really like shook up by it actually, and I wouldn't wish this on like literally my worst enemy, which Jeffree is not.
So do I think the whole thing was a big PR stunt to promote his merch? Personally, I think that's pretty unlikely. Anyways guys, let me know what you think about everything down below. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up button because it really does help my channel, and I'll see you next time.